Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we will be looking at something very interesting. Because Ayub has admitted that there was a fight and a watch was stolen, but Rocky doesn't seem too happy about this. Also, this might confirm that the watch that was stolen is a Rolex, because Ayub tells us exactly which watch was stolen, which is completely different to what he said at the start. So the first thing we are going to look at is what Ayub had to say about a fight happening and a watch being stolen, and he even says that Saul was right.
Where's Saul tonight with his truth? Rach, how is that a truth?
I saw that.
The guy sounded ketted up.
He was, oh God.
You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying.
No one's over that yet. Move on.
On Ket. It's a truth bomb to you.
Are you talking, is that the soul that came in on one of your lives the other night, Rocky?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Truth bomb. What's truth bomb about that? Like,
People need to move on.
do you know what the mad thing is, yeah? He was right. There was a fight and a thing got stolen. And
Yeah, but there's fights everywhere, every night and shit.
So firstly, Ayub talks about Saul and how he apparently sounded like he was on drugs. But to me, it just sounded like he knew some information about Jay, who is one of his close friends, and he wanted to let people know that Ayub and Rocky were allegedly involved in a watch being stolen, and then they told Jay to come to the Airbnb. After Saul told everyone on that live about the fight and the stolen watch, Rocky went quiet and wasn't trying to look at the screen, and it looked like Ayub and Rocky weren't very happy about this, which is why I think they are making out like Saul was using illegal substances and trying to make people think that he is talking rubbish. But that soon comes to an end when Ayub actually says that Saul was right and there was a fight, which led to a watch being stolen, and actually admits that this happened. Ayub didn't actually say he was responsible, but he confirms that there was a fight and a watch was stolen. So if Saul is right, which we thought would be the case, then surely he's right about who was involved, and he says that Ayub and Rocky are the people who are responsible for taking this watch, and says that he knows this for a fact. So instead of trying to discredit Saul, Ayub ends up saying that he was right, maybe because he didn't know what to say. But remember how Ayub reacted when everyone was first talking about a stolen watch. He kept asking what watch it was, and acting like a watch was never involved. He actually said that he doesn't know whose watch went missing, and I'll play you the clip now.
Bro, I don't know whose watch went missing. You know, furthermore, what watch is it? Question for you guys, because you're all talking about this watch. What color is it? What type is it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you tell me.
So at the start, Ayub claims he didn't know anything about a stolen watch. But now he's saying that a watch was stolen and there was a fight. So you can see why we don't believe Ayub most of the time. Let's keep listening to what Ayub had to say about this situation.
Because I remember a mate of mine asked me the next day, said, "Oh, bro, you heard about some geezer got robbed during a fight? It was a green Hulk." And do you know what? I've actually spoke to that guy. I've got a video of it on my iPad. You know what I'm saying? He's not wrong there, but the blame.
Yeah, but there's fights all the time, especially on holiday.
Yeah, like,
You don't know how you feel about that.
different to do a thing with a truth bomb.
Hello, truth bomb.
I just think if people weren't there, you can't really say nothing.
Yeah, because even on the early days, there was a guy, he started going like, this guy done me, like putting up my video and that, saying I've done him and that. It was my, so it was saying, get me his contact. So I rang him.
Hey, look, video of what fight? Who's fighting the whole? Hey,
You'll be on wax again tomorrow.
Yeah, man.
We all will. All picking apart conversation of toenails and fights.
The whole thing about it, there's man.
I wouldn't even bother wasting your breaths.
Exactly. I wouldn't.
It's last year's news. What's the latest news?
No, I was just asking questions, but sometimes it's better not to say nothing than anything.
100%.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's like...
People want to just pick you apart for anything, so I wouldn't even bother. Oh,
So Ayub says that his mate spoke to him the next day and asked him if he heard about a watch being stolen. Remember, this would have been the day that Jay went missing, and Ayub actually says that his friend told him that the watch was a green Hulk. So I wonder who Ayub's mate is. Is it Brandon, or maybe LK, or maybe it's none of them, because he knows exactly what happened, but is using a friend to clear himself. Also, a green Hulk is a type of Rolex, and I'll put a picture up so you can see. This means that it was a Rolex that was stolen and not an AP, unless they went on a mad robbing spree and 2 watches were stolen. But I don't think that's the case. Ayub says that he actually spoke to the guy who got robbed, and he has a video to prove it. This is also weird because it seems like Ayub is always involved somewhere, and that's probably because he might be more involved than he makes out. If Ayub is saying that his friend told him what watch it was and gave him all the details, then how does his friend even know the exact watch that got stolen unless his friend was involved? But, to be honest, I think that Ayub is just saying that when really he knows all the details, because either him or Rocky could have been the ones that are responsible for this watch going missing. Something else that Ayub says is that something happened in the early days, and I'm guessing he's on about the first 2 days of NRG. So Ayub says that someone put up his video and said that Ayub done him, and this guy was trying to get in contact with him. When Ayub says done, I'm thinking he means robbed, so basically, someone put up a video of Ayub and said that they want to get in contact with him because he robbed them. Ayub then says that he phoned this person, but then gets cut off, so we don't hear much more. But what it looks like is that Ayub was apparently involved in numerous situations out in Tenerife, which doesn't look very good, and it could have come back and affected Jay because they were chilling together. But there are still so many unanswered questions, but I believe we are getting somewhere. You can notice that Rocky doesn't want to talk about this situation and stays very quiet while Ayub is talking about it. So again, it's Ayub who is doing all the talking, and it looks like Rocky doesn't know what to say. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we will update you as we find out more.